Hello, guys. Welcome to The Good Life with Bob, Living the Good Life with Bob. And I've got my wife, Lori, here today with me.
Hi, guys.
And we're going to talk about a fast food chain. We're going to do this, give you some meat about these franchises. So I'm going to go into a little bit more than just the taste. We're going to get to the tasting of it, but we're going to go into some things because HARDEE'S is one of these franchises that's been having some problems. So we're going to go into a couple of things that I want to talk about HARDEE'S. First of all, HARDEE'S is, let's see here. If you want to buy a HARDEE'S, we'll start there. Say if you want to buy a HARDEE'S, okay? It's going to cost you today between $1.3 and $2.6 million to buy a HARDEE'S. Now take that in. Take that in. Bam. Bam. Take that in. Okay? Now, like I said, we're going to get into the tasting because I know my wife would like to get into eating. We're hungry. But I'm going to go into, let's see here, for two single burgers and a fry, because we got two. We got one for her, one for me. Two burgers, single, and a fry, and a drink is $20 with tax. Well, before tax is $19.38, okay, for HARDEE'S Burger, okay? So let's take these out, Lori. Let's take a look at what we've got. I'll take the fries and all that stuff out. Okay, so we got a fry, we got a small fry. We've got a burger. And the rest of that, eat some fries. Fries are cold, okay? We waited for a minute and fries are cold. So
We actually waited for about 15 minutes, and the store was kind of empty. There really wasn't many people in there other than one family, and there was one car in the drive-thru. And we waited for about 15 minutes.
yeah, about 15 minutes waiting for it. But that's been kind of the experience we've had with HARDEE'S. That you wait, okay? Even though it's slow, you wait. And I'm assuming you wait because they make your burgers to order. They don't have the burgers sitting like some burger chains. And I assume on a Friday evening, which is when we're doing this, they're kind of making it to order because they need to, because there's not this long line of people coming in. Okay? So before we get to the tasting, let me go into some more numbers. Okay? So when we look at what it costs, and I've already talked about, it was $19 to buy these two burgers, fries, small fry, and a drink. Okay? So here's what it costs HARDEE'S, and this is not the case for all food chains. We're going to go into some other food chains and we'll do some different numbers. But if you look at what it costs to make this burger, okay, it costs HARDEE'S, according to the information we've got here, it costs HARDEE'S about between 40 and 60 cents to make this burger, okay? That's the burger, the ketchup, the pickles, lettuce, onion. About 40 to 60 cents, okay? And I guess if you add the fries and the drink to that, you're looking at probably roughly about $1, okay? So for this, think about it. For this, it costs them $1, okay? And they charge $9.69 for this, okay? So that's for, the margins are great. That's one reason that you would want to own a fast food restaurant, a HARDEE'S like this, because with those margins, I mean, that's awesome. You add on other costs, and you may add another $1 onto each meal, so you're looking at $2, and that's food, that's labor costs. If they're leasing, they have a lease. All of that you add on another $1. So you're looking at about $2. And again, they charge, so the margins are about $7 for each dinner like this. They make about $7. Okay. Now keep that in mind. They make about $7. Okay. Now let's look at some more numbers here. The number. Now think about it. They make about $7. Okay. So annual sales for Hardee's are about $1.2 million. That's per location. Okay. Now, other locations like say Wendy's. Okay, Wendy's would do about $2 million. Okay. Now think about that. Hardee's did $1.2 million per location. Okay. So they're selling a lot of these, irregardless of what we say about it and how we feel about it. $1.2 million per location they're doing pretty well. So they're selling a lot of a lot of Hardee's burgers. Okay, McDonald's in comparison does about $3.9 million though. Okay, and you probably assume that McDonald's does more. Hardee's was ranked 45th. Now, I'm not quite sure about 45th out of 50 or 45th out of 100. We don't know.
That we don't
know. Yeah, we don't know that. So, but they ranked 45th. But the reason I picked Hardee's this time is because I've been kind of curious about Hardee's, and Hardee's has been having some issues. And I see looking in, Hardee's mostly, I guess their sales, they have 204 locations in North Carolina. They have 170 locations in Virginia and about 146 locations in Tennessee. So we're in Georgia. So we don't have this huge proliferation of Hardee's here. But we've had a few pop up. We've had one that started and built out and everything. We went in. There's a problem. We waited about 2 hours for.
It wasn't that long, but we waited a little while.
Waited a pretty good amount of time. Burger was good when we got it though. To be honest with you, looking at this burger doesn't look like the first burgers that we got when we first went into Hardee's. Okay, the first Hardee's. But they were open how long? About a year? Maybe a year. And then they were gone. I mean, this huge build out. Now, it cost, like I said, Hardee's, the chain itself right now, as of May of 2025, has about 1,565 1,565 restaurants. Okay, so there's still a big chain. Okay, they still have a pretty good amount of stores, but they're having problems, and they've been having problems, and you can see it. If you're anywhere that there's Hardee's, you probably recognize that they're having problems, and they have problems with this one particular franchisee. Now, I'm assuming here in Georgia, that franchisee bought a lot of Hardee's, and they're having problems, lawsuits and a lack of paying franchise fees and taxes. All of that stuff is going on. So you can see it. The Hardee's, we were just in the Hardee's, and there were looked like 2 people working. There were 2 people working in that store. Okay, so that's mainly the reason we waited. I'm assuming,
and I think that was the issue. We waited the last Hardee's that we went into also. It was just maybe 1 or 2 people in there working.
There were 2 people and they were training. Yeah, 2 or 3 people and they were training. So let me see about any other any interesting industry facts about this for you, so you get a little bit meat before we get into the tasting part of this. I mean, do they look appetizing? I mean, if you look at it,
to me,
they don't really look that appetizing. But I don't know. We're gonna taste them in a minute, and we're gonna let you know.
They don't look as good as the way I last remember them.
No.
They don't look as thick and hearty.
I know, not at all. They don't look as thick. They used to be much bigger burgers, I think. and they've made them smaller. So maybe that's a symptom of the problems that they're having. I like Hardee's. I've liked Hardee's, and the reason that I always thought, I was wondering why is this Hardee's having, or why is Hardee's having such an issue? And they were having issues from the beginning, and it looks like they've kind of downsized with the product instead of changing and upsizing it or leaving it the way it was. Because Hardee's had, I can't say that anymore. Hardee's had the largest burger I thought there was. When you went into Hardee's, you got a big hearty burger. But I can't say that anymore because this is a small burger. Looks on the order of Wendy's to me. So I'm not quite sure. So anything else you have to say about it, Newly?
No, not really. Yeah. I'm just ready to taste.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we taste, the information about Hardee's, they're saying, you can look this up. They're saying there were mass closures. So I'm not quite sure if that's happening in your area, but we know for a fact here that there are closures, that they open and they close. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a taste of this. I'm gonna let Lori go first. Go ahead and taste your burger.
Well, I've already tasted a fry. And the fries are cold. Yeah, they're still, though, the way I remember them with the skin on.
Yeah.
I mean, the taste is not bad.
No, it tastes good.
It's just that they're cold.
Yeah, I mean, we've let them sit, so I can't fault them for that.
And here, I asked for no mayo and no cheese. And what did I get? Cheese on my burger. Yeah. She asked for no mayo, no cheese. They got the no mayo right, but they put the cheese on the burger. So, The lettuce, it's a little wilted. The onions look pretty good. So do the tomatoes and the pickles.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste so bad.
Tastes good?
It just doesn't taste the way I remembered it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a bite of mine, and I'm gonna see what we're working with now. Well, the weight, I don't understand. The price, I don't, hey, their margins are good. I don't know. This is a hearty meal. I mean, if you buy this, you buy fries, a drink, and a burger, you got a meal. You got a hearty meal. So the price, $9.69 for this, is comparable to all the other chains. I don't see a huge problem with that. This burger though, this burger is good. I like, this burger is good. I mean, it tastes really good. It's flavorful, tastes good. It's not hot, and I know we left it long, but this burger is good. The fries, they're little, they're thin fries. They're really thin. They're not the hearty big fries like most of the chains. I think these are more in line with McDonald's in that they're thin, but these have the skin on. They have the skin on these fries, and I like that. I like that they have the skin on the fries, and it tastes good. Okay, so these taste good. So I'm gonna say, I like Hardee's. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what in management is going wrong with Hardee's, but even though it's a smaller burger, maybe that was prudent for them to do that, make it smaller, but I like this burger. I mean, I'm not sure about you, Newly, but I like this burger.
It's not bad. It really doesn't taste bad. I like the charbroiled taste that it has. It's really not bad. Yeah. So I'm gonna say thumbs up for Hardee's. Even with the price,
$9.69 for a single fries and a drink. They're having issues, so when you go in, you know you're gonna have to wait a minute because they're short-staffed. But with all of that, I have to say, I like Hardee's. I like the Hardee's burger, so I'm giving it a thumbs up. You know, I am not disappointed in Hardee's. So
I'm not either. I'll give it a thumbs up as well.
Yeah. So hey. So we'll see you guys on the next video. We're gonna finish these burgers, and we'll see you guys on the next video. And we're gonna go to another fast food restaurant and give you some facts and stats and the meat on these franchises. And maybe, hey, with the margins, if you got 1.2 million, 500,000 liquid, and you want to buy a franchise, I think the ingredients here are good. So if you got that and you want to do it, hey, more power to you. Go ahead and do it. I'm with you. See you guys on the next video.
Bye, guys.